given the thought of making that larger tournament next week, which everybody wants as the goal, how mission critical is this week at the Conference USA tournament?
You know, at this point in the season, that every game we play is 100% focus, and so that's how we feel going into this weekend. You know, we feel confident that we can do well this weekend and all through this week, and so we're confident and we're feeling good and we're ready to go and play well.
Coach was saying, look, I mean, the bottom line is we need to make a run and try to win this thing this week.
Yep. Well, certainly, you know, the guys on the team last year feel that way after we did make it to the finals last year. And so we're ready to do that again. You know, we feel even better this year than we did this time last year. So if we were able to make it all the way to the finals last year, we feel like we can do that again now.
And are you one that prescribes that, like, this is a fresh start and kind of the slate's clean and it's postseason, and or just kind of let's keep the train moving forward, or a little bit of both?
Yeah, a little bit of both, I would say. We've definitely had a good year altogether, and so that contributes to good feelings. But at the same time, it does feel like a clean slate, and so, you know, we're able to sort of go in with a fresh mindset and be ready to attack.
Leyton, are there any lessons learned from last year's tournament that you guys have kind of latched onto and say, hey, we need to maybe follow that same path?
Yeah, the importance of taking one game at a time for sure. Last year we had to beat Southern Miss multiple times in their own ballpark in front of their own fans. In each one of those games, if you start thinking beyond it to what might come next, all of a sudden you stumble up and you falter. So you got to stay focused on the one game that's ahead of you, and that's something we definitely know going into this week, and knowing that we need to do that and just focus on one game and win that one and move on to the next and do it again.
And what about the comfort in knowing that you know, for your pitching staff, a lot of these guys have, you know, multiple appearances in their career, everybody's experienced, same way with the hitters. How big of a factor is just the experience?
Definitely a big factor. You know, we feel fantastic and we feel confident that we probably have more experience, a lot of our guys, than the players we're going to be facing this weekend, especially tournament experience. And so we feel great. You know, a lot of our guys are veterans and they're going to lead us, and we're going to do well, we think.
Is there a little bit of a chip on the shoulder, you know, based on the last few weeks didn't go quite like y'all wanted? The Dallas Baptist series got away from you. Is there a little feeling like, hey, we're better than this, let's go do it? Yeah,
there's definitely a chip on the shoulder. But like I said, we did have a good year altogether, and so it's the readiness to play even better, coupled with the good feelings we have from a good year, and, you know, a little bit left over from last year, coming so close and losing. So all that together makes a pretty good attitude that a lot of our guys have, getting ready to set off.
Leyton, it seems like from the start of the season, you and shortstop Matt King have really fine-tuned your timing issues with each other and just kind of vibing together in that middle infield slots. Is that just a matter of, you know, getting those cobwebs off, or what do you chalk that up to, and really tightening up the middle defense play as of late? Yeah,
we're always looking to improve throughout the season, and so, you know, as the year goes on, we get lots of reps and we get better as well. And so we sort of expect that every year to be better at the end than we were at the beginning, and that's definitely how we feel in the middle. You know, we feel we had good chemistry coming from last year, sharing the middle of the field together all year. But now with 2 full years under our belts, we feel even better and even more comfortable together out there, yeah.
With you being from Houston, obviously your last conference tournament, playing for UTSA in your hometown, is it any more special being in your hometown than others? How does it feel going into it?
Yeah, I would say it is pretty special, yeah, and we have a lot of guys on the team that are from Houston. Matt King, as you mentioned, is from Houston, and so a lot of us feel ready to go back and play well for our friends and our family. And, you know, I'm sure perhaps behind maybe Rice, we have the next most players from Houston that are going to be there at this tournament, and so we feel ready and we feel like we're headed home to play.
How do you feel about the way the UTSA fans turn out at Reckling Park? I know earlier this year, I wasn't there, but I heard them on the radio. To get that support out of town.
Yeah, it's great. Like I said, a lot of us are from Houston, and so there'll definitely be a big Roadrunner contingency in the crowd this week, and we're going to fuel off of that. And especially if we're playing, you know, a lot of these teams we're playing, I'm sure we're going to have the home crowd advantage, so we're ready for that.
Do you think it's going to take, Leyton? I mean, it's going to be a long, you know, to get to Sunday is going to be a chore. But you had you know, there were some good things that happened last weekend in Ruston. I was thinking about Ryan Ward's start in game 2 over there. 2 hits over 5 innings, and I don't think he'd been over 3 innings this year.
Yep.
What about what Ryan did, and what kind of lift did that give everyone?
Yeah, that was fantastic. Ryan's one of our favorite guys on the team, and for him to pitch so well at such a critical time is fantastic. And so I know he feels great going into the tournament, and I know we feel great to have him, firing on all cylinders that way. And so he's going to be an asset for sure, and he's going to help us get to Sunday, hopefully.
Lane, last question. You're top 3 in the team with OPS. You've got a real solid slash line across the entire season. Often we see you at very top of the lineup, maybe second, third.
Yep.
How important is it as a senior to set that tone for the guys, and just how do you approach the plate to get such quality at bats each and every time?
Yeah, it's definitely important. Sort of like I mentioned before about the mindset of a team in a tournament, focusing on one game at a time. As the individual, you can really just focus on one moment in the game at a time. And as a hitter, that's one at bat at a time. And so that's something that I try and impart into the younger guys. I've obviously been around for a while. I've had a lot of experience at this level, and experience in the tournament from last year, playing in the finals and all that. And so that's something that I look to lead by example by doing, and some of the other veterans in our lineup, the guys at the top as well, carry themselves in the same way. And with that, we feel confident, and we feel like we're a dangerous lineup from top to bottom.
Thank you, Leyton.
So we